This Sunday, Jacksonville walks into the Caesars Superdome to face New Orleans. 2-0-1 teams hunting rhythm, answers, and roster clarity. Preseason is a hall of mirrors. The lights look the same, but the stakes are different. You're not watching finished products. You're watching coaches sort signal from noise. That's the stage. Now, the quarterbacks. For Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence was crisp in a cameo. 6 of 7, 43 yards, proof of life, then the headset. Behind him, the depth showed out. Nick Mullins went 11 of 18 for 89 yards with a touchdown. Rookie Seth Hennigan was efficient, 11 of 14 for 78 yards. John Wolford added 3 completions on 5 attempts for 63 yards. 4 passers, 4 functional drives. That matters in August when the game tilts after the first quarter into second and third units. New Orleans is still sketching the outline. Spencer Rattler, listed atop the depth chart, finished 7 of 11 for 53 yards and added 22 on the ground. Tyler Show delivered the volume, 15 of 22 for 165 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Jake Haener went 5 of 8 for 41 yards with a pick. The story isn't arm talent, it's coherence. The Saints moved the ball, but handed away the script with turnovers. Game analysis. Jacksonville lost 31-25 to Pittsburgh, outgained 367-339, no turnovers. New Orleans lost 27-13 to the Chargers, outgained them 300-248, but bled out on a -2 turnover line, including a pick 6. Hidden game math is the compass. Expected margin, yards differential, 12, plus 4x, turnover differential, then layer home field. By that lens, Jacksonville grades narrow plus on a neutral. The Superdome tilts it back toward New Orleans by roughly a point. Market mirrors it. You're offered Jacksonville 3 with sharper money leaning to the Saints, total hovering 40.5. One more signal. Jacksonville's kicker just hit the impossible distance, a 70-yard field goal. Myth says, leg like that bends late-game choices, but preseason games are ruled by depth and ball security, and turnovers are the ghost in the machine. Firebreak. Preseason edges are volatile. Disclosure over certainty, small stakes, full control. And today's AI pick is New Orleans Saints +3. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 2, a batten up next.
Soldier Field under the lights, Sunday 8:12 p.m. ET. Buffalo arrives 0-1 after a 34-25 loss to the Giants. Chicago sits 0-1 after a 24-24 draw with Miami and plans to put starters on the grass. Preseason isn't October ball. It's about who executes the scripted first 20 snaps and who protects the ball once the depth chart takes over. Tonight's lens stays tight, only quarterbacks cited in our 3 sources. Buffalo first. Josh Allen is most likely bubble-wrapped again. Sean McDermott has been non-committal about Allen taking preseason snaps, and last week he sat. That frames the rotation. The early series project to Mitch Trubisky, who was efficient in the opener, followed by Mike White, the steady number 2 competing to lock down his role. That combination matters in August. Timing, protections, and the ability to finish red zone scripts with the second unit. Chicago next. Caleb Williams is slated for live reps in Ben Johnson's offense, a brief scripted window with the first unit to test cadence and protection calls. After that, the ball turns to Tyson Bagent, who has shown he can operate the second group and keep the chains moving. 2 clean tiers, both sides. Bears start with the headline, Bills lean on depth. Game analysis. Last week's shapes were clear. Buffalo's defense bled chunk throws and red zone finishes. Chicago generated 24 without rolling its frontline offense. Our compass is hidden game math, expected margin, yardage differential, 12, plus 4x turnover differential, plus home field. With Bears starters taking some scripted series and Buffalo leaning on the backup rotation, we project roughly +150 total yards for Chicago, 4.2 points, with a neutral turnover expectation in 0 points. Add Soldier Field, shootout Teodoro. Baseline lands near Bears +6. The market is hanging Bears, 2.5, 115. That's cushion, value even if Williams' stint is brief, and this tilts to Bagent versus the Bills' depth. Containment firebreak, Preseason edges are volatile. Rotations flip outcomes fast. Keep stake size disciplined and respect any late quarterback updates. And today's AI pick is Chicago Bears, 2.5, 115. Will we cash or will we burn? Now, onto the recap with Lilith.
Lilith here. 2 games on the altar, 2 signals pulled from the static, and 1 rule that never breaks. Preseason is a mirror. What you think you see is not what will take the field for long. So we disclose the math, honor the volatility, and make the call with clean hands. Game 1. Jaguars at Saints. Jacksonville brings depth. New Orleans brings the building. Last week's tape said this: the Jaguars moved the ball without gifting turnovers. The Saints outgained their opponent and still bled out on giveaways. Hidden game math tilted close to even on a neutral. The Superdome adds the last ounce. The market is dangling 3. Our strongest position lands where value meets containment. Saints +3. It's not a love letter to perfection. It's a cushion against chaos in a building that shakes when depth decides the ending. Game 2, Bills at Bears. Buffalo is likely bubble wrapping Josh Allen again, which means the night belongs to the understudies. Chicago gives you a scripted glimpse of Caleb Williams, then hands the keys to Tyson Bagent, who can operate the second unit. When we turn the wheel with the formula, yards divided by 12, turnovers times 4, plus the Soldier Field edge, the projection lands near Bears by 6. The number you're offered is Bears 2.5. We take the value the board gives, Bears 2.5. Here's your recap, clean and simple. Saints +3, strongest. Bears 2.5. Fire break, this is August football. Rotations flip outcomes in a blink, and late quarterback notes can redraw the map. Stake with discipline. You keep the sovereignty. We keep the glass clean. If a miracle leg shows up from 60+, if a tipped ball becomes a pick 6, if a rookie breathes fire for 2 drives and disappears into the sideline fog, that's preseason's coin tripping through the air. Our edge lives before the flip, not after. We are not promising certainty. We are promising clarity. 2 calls, both disclosed. If the line moves, we adjust the lens, not the story. If inactives flip at the last minute, we update. We don't chase. You'll always know what changed and why. Ledger closes when the whistle blows. Until then, we ride the edge. And today's AI picks are the Saints +3 and the Bears 2.5. Will we cash or will we burn? The ritual continues, the ledger awaits, and the signal writes itself in the dark as kickoff draws near. This is the recap. This is consent kept intact. Hold the line, breathe, and meet us at the next whistle.